So Greg Doucette responded to the last video that I made about him and vegan gains. If you haven't seen that video, make sure to watch it before watching this one. It'll make so much more sense. In this video, we're going to go through what Greg had to say. So in my video, Greg Doucette versus vegan gains, my thoughts as a vegan, Greg left a comment. Being someone who eats meat like myself, I get attacked for this very often and very aggressively. And so when you're constantly attacked this way over and over from a group of people, it can affect your opinion on that group of people. It's sad, but it's hard not to think this way. 100% don't want to feel that vegans would act like vegan gains, but with each private message calling me and my girlfriend a killer and abuser, it's hard not to bias your opinion. Like I've said in my previous video, vegan gains, his approach to activism, his approach to veganism, it definitely clicks with people. He has a large following, he's made people go vegan, but in my honest opinion, I prefer a more compassion-filled approach, a more understanding approach, because I think most people don't know. Most people are uneducated when it comes to what actually happens behind these walls of the animal industry. And I think that's on purpose. The media, they have such a powerful industry, the dairy industry and the meat industry. They don't want normal everyday people to see this stuff, which is why most of the footage that we have is from hidden cameras left behind by vegan activists. Educating is a huge part of our role as vegans, which is why I don't see the point of sending out attacking messages, because you're just not gonna convert as many people to veganism. I think an approach like Ertling Ed, Joy Carpstrong, they are some of my favorite YouTube vegan activists. And they have such, if you watch them interact with people in the streets, if you watch them talk to other people, they're highly knowledgeable, they're compassionate, they listen, and they try to understand where they're coming from. And what I really love what they do is they don't try to inflict their own moral standards on other people. So sort of using their own morals against them. That when you ask someone if they support animal cruelty and they say no, then you ask them why they pay for it, why they pay for someone else to do it. And I think that approach of using people's own morals instead of inflicting our morals on them, using their own morals to try and justify their actions, that is honestly what made me start my journey to become a vegan. Once you're vegan, it seems black and white. It seems easy. Like, if you like animals, then why do you support animal cruelty? Like, it makes so much sense once you're vegan. But for a non-vegan, I think we really have to break it down for them and explain every time they pay for an animal product, these are the industries that are benefiting, and these are what those industries do. I think that's really important. People need to know what happens in these industries. And just by calling them an animal abuser, animal killer, I don't think that's going to change as many people into going vegan as it could. It's just like if you're against people who drink and drive, it's not the best idea for people to say anyone who drinks alcohol is promoting killing people through drinking and driving, or that if you drink alcohol, you support and encourage domestic abuse. It's just like if you're against people who drink and drive, it's not the best idea for people to say anyone who drinks alcohol is promoting killing people through drinking and driving. Or that if you drink alcohol, you support and encourage domestic abuse. It's the way some do it that I'm against. So that's his old comment, and this was my reply. I completely condemn all the hateful messages you are getting, Greg, as a majority of vegans would too. Sending hateful messages like that to you and your girlfriend is uncalled for, and like he said, unfortunately gives the vegan movement a bad image. People can get quite emotional when it comes to animal cruelty, just like how people can get upset and angry at videos of dog cruelty. I completely agree that there are better ways to do it. I prefer a more compassionate approach like Joy Carpstrong and Ertling Ed. Would love to see a podcast discussion with either of them. But the problem with the drink driving analogy is that when people drink alcohol, they don't always drive drunk. or abuse their partners. But when we pay for animal products, we know 100% our money is always going to support the cruel practices of the animal agriculture industry. There just isn't any humane way to slaughter an animal. Thanks for taking the time to watch my video and comment, and I am sorry that you and Ali got so many hateful messages. Veganism is about treating every living creature, including animals, including humans, with kindness and dignity. The drink driving analogy, it just doesn't work, and it's just a bad analogy. I mean, there's no analogy that actually works with veganism. But when we drink alcohol, we can drink a little bit. You can have 2 standard drinks and you can still drive. But if you have a little bit of meat or dairy, that's still going to support the animal industry. So no matter how much of animal products you buy, even the tiniest amount or the most amount, you're still supporting the same industry. Your money is still going to support that industry. But I get why people get so emotional and feel like sending out hateful messages. And it's not just a vegan thing. Just look at whenever you see videos of dog cruelty or these horrible videos of dogs' legs getting cut off, dogs' tails, and you see those kinds of stories, videos circling around on social media, and you see the comments under those videos. People are so emotional. People get angry. They are furious. They want whoever was responsible for this to be killed sometimes, to be in prison, to be punished. But the irony is that happens every day in the animal agriculture industry. It's hypocritical, but until you bring up dogs, some people just don't seem to make that connection that dogs are an animal as well, just like pigs, just like cows, just like chickens, they're all animals. Joey Carpstrong just released an amazing video, an amazing idea, filmed in Adelaide actually, where I live right now. He was in Adelaide a few weeks ago and he did an experiment. I'll have the link down below as well. The basic idea was he was against vegans. He was for humane gas chambers. Watching non-vegans realize that this is actually what happens and this is what they're supporting. And when it's not coming from the point of view as a vegan, but when it's coming from, someone who's acting like he's on the meat industry side, but just the idea of acting like you're on the side of the meat industry, the meat and dairy industry, and collecting signatures to continue doing what you're already doing, and then watching people freak out, and I'm sure it must have really made some people think. I'm going to end it right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this. I'd really appreciate it if you guys hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much once again. I'll see you guys in the next one.